Salut à tous, c'est Anna pour mon gameplay sur Game of Thrones, premier épisode Iron from Ice. Dans l'histoire, donc je joue pour le moment avec Gareth et je viens de partir de la maison des Forrester en révélant à mon oncle, le châtelain de la maison, qu'il ne fallait absolument pas que le bosquet du Nord ne soit pris. Allez, c'est parti! Que c'est joli!
Ethan? Ethan! I couldn't find him. Could you?
Ethan, c'est le fils du milieu, me semble-t-il.
He hides too well, and if he were smart, he would reveal himself. I don't like this game anymore. Maybe something happened to him. Ethan's fine. He's just forgotten this is a game.
I win!
Congratulations, your lordship.
Donc je joue avec Ethan, qui est le frère jumeau de la fille qu'on voit.
It's just a game, Ryan.
A stupid game. I don't like it. He was worried you were gone. I thought we'd never find you again.
I'm right here. And I promise, I'm not
Pauvre
going
petit.
anywhere.
I wish Mira was here. And Asher. And Roderick. I do too. But Mira's in King's Landing and... Can't she come home? I don't want her to die too. Ryan, she's perfectly safe, I promise you. I don't want Gareth to die either. Maester Ortengrin said he got sent to the wall. I'll miss Gareth. He was nice. I don't know what he did to get sent away like that.
He'll be fine. Gareth is smart.
No one will tell me what Gareth did, but it must have been
Il a
serious.
tué des gens.
I heard Duncan and Sir Royland talking. They said someone will come here looking for revenge. Everyone's worried about you, but I'm not. I know you'll protect us.
Who said they're worried about me?
Well, Sir Royland for one. He says you can't fight very well.
What?
Sympa.
And he calls you a milksop. Sir Royland forgets himself. After all, you are the lord of the house now.
I don't care what he says. I can
Oui, c'est vrai que je
protect
suis le
you.
représentant de la Maison Forrester maintenant,
What does
en tant que
milksop
Ethan.
I don't know. But I know it's not good.
Ethan, you should let Sir Royland teach you how to wield a sword. Like a man. He taught Roderick and Asher, and he even showed me how to fight. Properly, I mean. A lord should know how to fight. Do you remember when we were younger? When we all used to play here? You, me, Roderick, Asher. We'd all be out here for hours. Yeah. Where was I?
You weren't born yet.
We had so much fun. But then everything changed. Roderick became so serious, the Lord in training, and he never smiled anymore. And Asher just got angry at everything. Promise me you won't be like that. Please, just be you. I like you the way you are. I know a lord has many responsibilities, but you don't need to be like them.
I don't want to get angry, but I may have to. Father did sometimes.
But you're nice. Everybody says that about you. But since you're the new lord, you can do anything you want.
I suppose.
Ah, j'aimerais.
Everyone will have to do as you say. So I could have all the sweets I want.
J'aimerais beaucoup
Only
ça
it was
aussi.
that simple. It would be nice if someone did what I wanted for once. But Ethan will be a good lord. A proper lord.
J'ai choisi de ne rien répondre.
The lord of a noble house can do a great many things.
Lord Ethan, you're needed in the Great Hall at once. Quickly, on your feet.
What's the matter?
Lord Whitetail has arrived, unannounced and certainly unexpected.
Il doit pas être très content.
He's come demanding justice.
Ouais, voilà. Ouch.
Can't he meet with Duncan? He is the Castellan. Stay with us. Please, Ethan.
He's demanding an audience with the Lord. We really must go.
It's your decision. You are the Lord.
Oh.
If I were Lord, I would command Ethan to stay, with his family. Lord Whitehill is a mean old man anyways.
Non, il faut que j'y aille.
Someone should tell him to leave us alone.
Fine. If that's what's required of me.
Very well then.
Oh, les pauvres. Ça m'attriste un peu quand même.
They showed up unannounced. Lord Whitehill is in a lather. I assume you explained to Lord Ethan why they're here?
Business with Garrett. I told him.
Lord Whitehill knows Garrett is a squire.
Donc lui à droite, ce qui est en train de parler, c'est l'oncle de Garrett.
Was. It makes no difference. The Whitehills were clearly in the wrong, so don't give him any satisfaction. Out there, you were decisive and firm. Now do it again with these bastards.
Let's not do something rash. Things are bad enough as it is.
What should I say to him?
Tell him and his men to leave.
Now is not the time to anger Lord Whitehill any more than he already is. He's got 5 times as many men, and the backing of House Bolton.
All the more reason to stand up for ourselves. Only cowards and dead men roll over.
Oh, la pression.
Lord Ethan, is it? My condolences for your father and brother. The late Lord Forrester was no friend to me or my house, but to his family it's still a loss. My only regret is I wasn't there to drive the dagger into his heart myself.
Ah bah d'accord.
I've been waiting for this day all my life. The Forresters finally get their due.
My father died a hero, fighting for the North against traitors and oath-breakers.
Aye, and look where that got him. And no bread and salt! What kind of fucking house receives a lord with no fucking bread and salt? You bloody amateur. No courtesies. I should have expected as much. Bloody Forresters.
Calm yourself, old man.
You little fuck! That's how you talk to a lord?
Yep.
You Forresters have shit on us for generations. Well, now the Starks are no longer around to have your back, are they? We're the power in the North now.
Roose Bolton is the Warden of the North.
Aye. And we've been his bannermen for 5 fucking centuries, you cunt.
Oh bah oh.
Lord Ethan, you're losing control of this.
That's enough, Lord Whitehill.
I'm not finished. Maybe if you hadn't been so fucking greedy with the ironwood, things would have been different between us.
You squandered your share.
Our share was taken from us. We had no fucking choice but to harvest what was left.
What is it you want, Lord Whitehill?
Ah, encore lui, tiens. Ah oui, c'est Garrett qui l'a vu, c'est pas eux.
Your man, the squire. We were minding our own business, keeping the king's peace, as his lordship here said, when your man attacked us for no reason.
Hear that? Attacked for no reason.
No reason? You murdered his family.
Then you admit it was your man who killed my men? And a pig farmer at that. How do you answer for your squire, Lord Ethan? He acted in your name. And you are the lord of this house.
We lost people too, Lord Whitehill. Your men murdered his entire family.
You lost pig farmers, not soldiers. The soldiers worth
En
100
attendant,
of
c'est
their
le pig
time.
farmer hein, qui les a
Where's
tués.
the fucking coward who killed my men? I know he's here. What have you done with him?
We haven't seen him. He was never here.
You little liar.
Oh yeah.
I will find him. By the gods, you better hope I do, because if I don't, I'm holding you responsible. And you'll answer for what he's done. I'm not leaving until I have my justice. Now bring me the coward who did it, or you'll answer to Roose Bolton. What kind of fucking house is this?
A house of honorable men.
Lady Forrester.
Lady Forrester,
You bellow like a wounded boar, Lord Whitehill. Have you forgotten your manners?
I mean no disrespect to you, my lady, considering your losses and all. But this is not over.
It's over when my son says it is.
This is over, Lord Whitehill.
Ethan is Lord of Ironrath now. By rights, his word is law here. If that displeases you, then I trust you can find the door.
That lad may be lord of this house, but Lord Bolton will have the final say. I'll send him a raven letting him know a Forrester man killed one of his own, that the new Lord Forrester lied to my face and denied me my justice. Then we'll see whose word is law.
You're a craven, Lord Whitehill.
I was wrong about your son, my lady. He stood up to him like a true lord.
You were brave, my son. But you'll need to be braver still when Ramsay Snow arrives to see you bend the knee. Prepare a raven. We need to send word to Mira in King's Landing at once.
Donc Mira, la sœur, elle est partie auprès de Margaery pour apprendre la bonne séance à Port-Réal.
Your sister can help us. Although just a handmaiden, she has Margaery Tyrell's favour. And Lady Margaery's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay. If it's presented to her as it should be.
Ah ouais, donc j'ai intérêt à bien défendre notre cause, là. Ouh, je peux fouiller. Cool.
It was very kind of Lady Margaery to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Olenna.
D'accord.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him. What a strange place, Essos.
Donc ça, c'est le grand frère qui a été envoyé en exil à Essos parce qu'il est tombé amoureux d'une fille, de la fille de Whitehill. Donc Lord Forrester l'a envoyé là-bas.
Ethan made this for me.
Ah, j'avais l'autre choix, attends. Je peux regarder. Read. Un peu de lecture.
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Margaery has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Un vieux livre.
Wonders Made by Man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick. I hope to see them all someday.
Ouais, bah c'est pas pour maintenant, surtout que Roderick est mort.
King's Landing. I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
Encore une lettre.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Margaery to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Bon, je pense que j'ai tout fouillé. Oui, j'arrive. Il n'y a pas un truc ici? Ah non. Bon, Bon bah fais comme chez toi, petit.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
Oh, c'est bon.
No, it's fine. Come in.
Begging your pardon, milady, but you all right? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm just worried about my family.
Ah, letter from home, is it?
Oh, il remarque mon honnêteté.
It's kind of you to ask.
Of course, milady. You've always been kind to me.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Margaery will be here any minute.
Of course, milady. You work for Lady Margaery? I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
I'm her handmaiden.
That's what I thought. I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends.
Qu'est-ce qu'il veut?
I saw Lady Margaery just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but it was definitely an argument.
What did they say?
I couldn't make out much, but I know they were talking about the Starks and House Forrester.
House Forrester?
I hope you're not in any kind of trouble, but I thought you ought to know.
Ok.
Most people don't tend to notice a call boy, not in King's Landing with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there. Good night, milady.
C'est bien du Game of Thrones, ça. Tout le monde qui est au courant de tout.
Lady Margaery, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss. From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining. And your poor family as well.
You're very kind, my lady.
Of course, Mira, but you must not despair. We will get through this
Elle est
together.
gentille.
You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor.
Oula.
She was very pleased with herself.
What does she intend to do?
She intends to make you miserable, knowing that will make me miserable as well. She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort, for what I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
What do I say?
Find a way to appease her. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear. See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us.
Oh, j'aurais dû lui demander de l'aide quand je pouvais tout à l'heure. J'espère que j'aurai encore l'occasion. Espion, espion, il y en a partout.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Good luck.
Merci. Ah, Tyrion est là, cool. C'est un gentil Tyrion. Je l'aime beaucoup.
You can do this.
Bon, j'imagine qu'il n'y a rien à fouiller, hein. Non. Oh, avec le trône derrière.
Ah, Lady Margaery. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
I am honored, Your Grace.
Yet not honored enough to kneel, I see.
Je suis une lady.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Bon, ça dépend lequel.
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is. The girl can speak for her house.
Yes, Your Grace. To the one true
Ouch,
king.
j'aurais peut-être pas dû dire ça.
The one true king. Yet she didn't say which. The girl is clever.
She only meant...
I don't care what she meant. I care what she said. I won't stand for impertinence from a girl of the North.
If you would give her the chance to explain...
Perhaps she can explain why the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark for centuries. A house of traitors.
They were the Wardens of the North. We all served at the pleasure of the king.
Clever girl.
Merci Tyrion.
Perhaps too clever for her own good. And she would have us believe she didn't know which king she served. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Non.
Roose Bolton also served the Starks, Your Grace.
And proved his loyalty to the crown by bringing their house to a swift and sudden end. Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forrester Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours. Or nothing, perhaps. It's hard to tell either way.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Margaery here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I'm sure she regrets it.
Perhaps. Perhaps not.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Margaery. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
Voilà, je vais lui faire plaisir.
I'm sure she
would... Let the girl answer the question. Go on.
I would be true to the king, Your Grace.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
Pauvre Margaery.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
I'm not quite sure what to make of her. Not surprising, I suppose, for a northern girl, but not very encouraging either. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
Oh là là. Je crois que j'aurais pas pu faire pire.
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
These are trying times, my lord. My family fears what might happen now that the Boltons rule the North.
They must still answer to the crown. You shouldn't forget that, nor should they.
Allez, me laisse pas tomber,
That
Tyrion.
certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Margaery was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it for Lady Margaery.
Rather odd, if that's what she asked of you. But I'm sure she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard, not her.
You can help my family.
I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Margaery might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that? It may be far too dangerous.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
I hope we meet again.
Nothing would make Cersei happier. Until then, be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Oh là là, quelle galère.
Mira, I was worried. How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing.
It didn't go very well.
I'm sorry. Cersei is known for being rather difficult. But at least it's over now. Lady Margaery has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah!
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour.
He is quite handsome.
And quite passionate, from what I've heard. Perhaps Lady Margaery could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like. Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen?
Est-ce que t'as déjà rencontré Sansa?
He does have a certain look about him. And he's always treated Lady Margaery well.
Non.
Which is more than you can say for his mother.
I don't want to be queen no matter who I'd have to marry.
Don't want to be queen?
No.
You northerners. You'd make a perfect scepter. Well, I would marry him.
Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the Seven Kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden.
Trop aimable.
Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What
Ah, mais
a
elle est
perfect
méchante en
match.
fait.
Sir Bronn and...
Parce que Brienne, c'est la géante quand même.
Well? Sarah?
I'm sorry, my lady.
As am I. We shouldn't have been messing about.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was pleased by your display, Mira.
Ah bah c'est bien ça.
I'm just glad it's over.
Ouais, moi aussi.
King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
Oh là là. Oh.
It doesn't matter what you feel. It only matters what you say.
You learn very quickly.
Oh, cool.
Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family.
Oui.
I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important. I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Ah, mais j'ai pas envie qu'elle reste là, Sarah.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah.
Non.
There are no secrets between us.
Oh, j'ai pas confiance en elle.
It's about my family.
I trust her.
I prefer to speak with you alone.
Désolée. Une fille prête à épouser Geoffrey juste pour être reine. Non, non, non.
Go on. Ask.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsay Snow. What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks, and now you would have me ask him to intervene. Is the situation that dire? Joffrey will not look favorably on such a request.
Please, Lady Margaery, I beg of you. I fear for my family's safety.
I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find out...
Don't let the Queen bully you. You have power over him, Lady Margaery, as no one else does. Not even his mother. Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
Et bien voilà qui met fin à cet épisode. On se retrouve très rapidement pour la suite. J'ai hâte de savoir ce qui va se passer. Ciao!